But yeah, I'll go down the line. I mean, most of you probably know who we are, but just to be safe, we'll go down the line and see who we are. I am Doug Walker. I do characters like Chester A. Bum and Dominic and whatever. I asked that guy, probably the most famous and nostalgia critic. We do reviews and comedy, all sorts of good stuff. And to my right is
Brad Jones. I play the cinema snob, I play 80s Dan, and I drink old crap.
And next is
I'm Ed Glazer, and I produce shows like Preston Adventures, Space Ninja, Ninja the Mission Force, Robo Girl, and I did the English language dub of the Turkish Rambo.
Rambo, Ninja the Mission Force. Get Turkish Rambo is very funny. And pretty much, yeah, basically what this is just a straightforward Q&A if you want to ask stuff about my videos or cinemasnob.com or Dark Maze Studios and stuff like that. It's all on thatguywithglasses.com, so we're just going to go down, and like I said, just a very basic Q&A. If for some reason I don't get to your question, or you guys don't, there is a autograph signing panel right after this. Both these guys have a table as well, so you can go there, ask questions, buy stuff, get autographs, all the good stuff. But with that said, let's get going. Let's take a question. Yes?
This question occurred to me when you did your most recent old versus new. How often is it that you get set to do an old versus new and you're watching them and you just realize, oh my god, this one is just absolutely the entirely superior film. There's no question.
The only time I went into an old versus new where I was just like, no, I know I'm going to like this one better, but it was still an interesting comparison, was the Willy Wonka one. You know, I was just like, no, I know I'm going to like the original. I know I like it, I've seen it a million times. But at the same time, still we're talking about the new one because there was stuff that was done better. But yeah, that's about the only one. All the other ones I go in with like a fresh mind. We actually watched Manhunter, you know, because I knew I was going to do that review next. And these guys, I mean, you guys really know about Michael Mann and stuff like that, so you could like tell me about the process of what they were making and the comparisons and stuff like that. Actually, I'm curious because I didn't ask you guys. I'm just curious. What do you think of Red Dragon?
I do like Red Dragon. I like Manhunter far, far, far better. But Red Dragon I do like. It kind of gets lost a lot in like the Brett Ratner hate. But in and of itself, to go along with the Anthony Hopkins ones, it's fine. It works. The acting is good. It's suspenseful. But I greatly prefer Manhunter. But Manhunter is more my taste.
Yeah, I like Manhunter better, but I really like Red Dragon, and I thought Red Dragon did an excellent job really emulating the style of Silence of the Lambs. And interesting fact, the cinematographer on Red Dragon is the same as the one on Manhunter. I thought that was interesting. He just was like, okay, I'll do this style this time. Great.
Awesome. Another question. Okay, yes?
Have you ever heard of a very strange and bizarre 80s animated film called Rock and Rule?
Oh, Rock and Roll. I haven't seen it. I've heard of it. I've actually been getting recommendations for it, so I should probably check it out.
Yeah. We don't know what to make of it. It's so bizarre, we don't know if it's good or it's bad. We need your opinion. What is this?
I'll probably check it out because enough people have been recommending that.
We have a few videos.
Yeah, I mean, so that might be one actually to look at. I just hear it's strange. I just see
It is.
It's kind of cool animation.
The villain's face appears on a butterfly in one scene.
Oh, I'm there. Awesome. Let's do Nerd!
Hi, Greg. Thanks for being good sports. I have a quick question for you. Your character, Ralph Puke, I believe you called him. Will you ever do him again? I thought that review was hilarious.
Well, I'm going to do Ralph Puke again. If something calls for it, I did have him come back in the Reefer Madness review, which is on the Volume 2 DVD. And he makes a little appearance and he says, you know, okay, here's how real white people act, for God's sake, and blah, blah, blah. So he makes an appearance. I love playing him, but you can't force it. You have to have him when it's needed. So I'd love to play him one more time at least. I'll see if I can fit him in there somewhere. Person holding the hat there.
Would you rather chop off your own dick?
I don't like this one. I don't need to hear the rest of it. Yes, I would. There, do it now.
To wild rabbit badgers, or Watch Garbage Pail Kids once every week.
Once every week I could get through. Twice every week, dick up. You guys sound like getting the cinema snob one too. Just like, would you rather?
I just want someone to get their dick chopped.
Yeah, last time was nice you upgraded your dick. So awesome. Let's do in the back there, holding up. I think it's a pony thing there.
Yeah, pony.
Flutter.
So, will Mick Dumbass ever appear in your videos again?
Big dumbass.
Yeah, you know, from the Sonic movie.
Douchey
Oh,
McNick.
that's right. Well, yeah, because he was such a developed, complex character. Probably not. Let's do that here. Black Hat.
Is there ever a video that you regretted posting and you would like to redo? Heart Sniper!
Yeah, he just answered it there. No, actually, I take it back. I don't regret putting up Bart's Nightmare necessarily because I think it is important that when you put a failure up, I very rarely take them down because it's like own up to when you fail and when you screw up. I mean, acting like it didn't exist, it just sort of says, well, okay, you didn't learn anything from it. No, I don't make mistakes. You know, I mean, the only time I took something down was for the, I made an autistic joke in Ernest 8th grade, and I put that in the fuck up video. And again, I took it down because I was like, no, that's not fair, it doesn't make sense, you know, it's not a logical joke, and it's insulting, just nothing about that is funny. So I took that down. And that's the only one, though, that's the one where I'm like, no, this is just straight up not fair and not funny. But aside from that, no, if I ever fail, I think it's very, very important to show, you're going to fail at things. You know, everybody's going to fail at something. You know, I think it's very important to say, okay, well, it doesn't have to stop here. It's like try your best to learn or get better, figure out what you did wrong, and just try your best to fix it. You know, you might fail at the next thing too, but it's like just keep trying, you know, to see what you can discover. So no, I'm not a big fan of like taking down videos for that. Let's do Captain Pat.
How dead inside did you feel when you saw the back credit card?
I'll tell you this, when I first, I saw Batman, I mean, how old were you guys when Batman came out? That was like,
I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah, I think it was about the same age. So I mean, I'm at the point where it's like, I love Batman. When that movie's coming out, I'm like, okay, I know I'm gonna hate this. And we went in knowing we were gonna hate it. We were just so damn curious. And yeah, that was the moment where I'm just like, you know, I mean, we really just like, I told my brother and a friend of mine, we just, I mean, like, we really had to, all of us put our heads down and we like weeped a little. Because I was just like, no, you don't care, you don't care. Now the one thing, like I said, realizing going back is that, oh, okay, they're doing the Adam West thing. I mean, that's what I opened up to later, which of course we don't want to see, and that's not right, and this blah, blah, blah. But when you know that, you open up a little bit more to it, but it's still like, no, that's not what people wanted, and so forth. So there's still a scar in the shape of a bad credit card. So yeah, no, it definitely.
At least Forever had Jim Carrey acting like a lunatic. At least there was that.
I don't know.
It had Jim Carrey acting as Jim Carrey.
Let's do the horns there.
Okay, so I know in your Tanya review, you had the very part at the end where you said, oh, but it's not like Howl's Moving Castle, that crap. And then I saw that and I looked on the Wikipedia page on your episode and it said, and it made it sound like you actually didn't like that movie. I wasn't sure, you know.
A lot of people, I put on my Facebook with Howl's Moving Castle. I don't hate it. I don't even like dislike it, like, you know, so I don't think it works. I don't think it comes together, considering Miyazaki movies. I know Miyazaki movies are usually pretty fragmented anyway, but that one's just like really fragmented, and just goes to very odd places and scenes just to go to odd places and scenes. But nothing was insulting or horrible, and it still had some great visuals. You know, even the worst of Miyazaki is better than, like, you know, the best of Michael Bay or something. So I'm so glad I saw it. There is one scene at the end, I don't know why, I love it, and I don't even remember the exact context, but I think someone went back in time for like a moment and saw someone in a field. It was very dark, it was like a glowing light. And something about that scene, I was like, it was worth it just for that. I just remember the mood of that scene, it was a perfect mood. But yeah, the rest didn't do much for me. It felt a little too fragmented, for me personally. No, I didn't even know there were books actually. Okay, well, I'll check those out. Let's do right there.
what made you get the idea to bring all the reviewers together for like the year specials?
Oh, that wasn't me. I mean, really, a lot of the stuff that really paid off in terms of like the big ideas that was Mike Michaud. Even the idea just to bring reviewers in and make it a community, I mean, that was him. I don't have a business mind at all. You know, it's not like sometimes I can do the zeitgeist thing or just what I think is a good idea, but I mean, he really came up with that and trying to get people from the forums and taking submissions and going out and finding people. I mean, you know, finding Brand and Ed and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, that, like I said, that's all credit goes to him because my mind doesn't think that way. I'm not smart enough to think of something like that. Even the anniversaries he thought of. He said, you know, we're gonna fly a bunch of these people out. He's like, man, you do something with them. It's like, I don't care, just do something. You know, and they just went from there. Let's see, let's do Quail Man.
What do you think about Michael Bay turning the Ninja Turtles into aliens?
I did a whole video on this. Pretty much, I mean, okay, two things. One, it's Michael Bay, what'd you expect? You know, I'm just in it for the ride to see how he's going to screw it up even more. I'm hyped for that. Second, you know, I adore the Ninja Turtles. I grew up with them. I had all the toys, saw the movies and the cartoons. I mean, just obsessed with them. I mean, but just like Transformers, you know, and stuff, it's stupid. Just say the title. I mean, it's really changing aliens to, you know, or mutants to aliens. Like, oh, this will save it. This will make it incredible. You know, and I, like I said, I adore it. I watched it a million times, but even I just say the title. It's silly. But like I said with the first movie, though, like for this title, I'm like, they did a pretty good job. You know, I gave it a sense of humor. They did have personalities and stuff. But I mean, I'm not someone that's like, no, you can't. How dare you without destroying now? There wasn't a ton to destroy. You know, and I love it. I adore them. But I mean, it's silly. So I'm not like that offended or anything like that. Let's do Corset there. Yeah, you.
Oh, sorry. I'm kind of curious, and I know some of my friends are. What is each of your favorites, girl and boys cosplays at this con?
At this con? Okay, let's start with female me is pretty high. We were just talking the other night over drinks. I was actually asking just at cons in general. At this con, I don't know. I haven't seen everybody. I mean, so it's not fair to say. But you know, I was saying like just in general. I was asking some of the artists and stuff that you've been to cons and stuff like that. Like, well, what's the cosplay that just gets you like, you know, and stuff like that. And you know, and something I've discovered is that there's three cosplays I find are actually look better on women, even though they originally intended for men. One is Robin, looks so much better on women. Another is Link. And oddly enough, the other is Nostalgia Craig. I just like, that looks so much better with boobs. I can't pull that off. No, I think the one that always gets me personally, I mean, is just like, I don't know why. This is always like the case. Every time I see it, I'm just like, you know, oh, because I have a crush on a kid. I love Belle. Every time I see a Belle, like in a blue outfit or a yellow outfit, I'm just like, oh. That's innocence right there. I love it. I love that stuff. You know, that gets me going. How about you?
Oh man, the one that gets me going. Me. Dude, oh my god. And of course, Sailor Moon right there.
But more so.
I have no idea who Sailor Moon is, do you?
Yeah, it's that character you played in that episode of 80s Nick.
Good save. I hadn't really thought about it before. I'm a big fan of the Fourth Doctor, so that costume's pretty great. Female costume, I don't know yet. Get back to me. I got that one right.
He has a table, so you can track him down. You can find out. Say, have you decided yet?